Sold out were the words covering the 29th Bulldog Hockey Classic alumni golf outing this year, as more than 160 golfers participated in the event. Jeff St. Ignace has made the long journey to East Lansing the last 6 seasons, but it's been an odd experience. The Saints have brought home state titles in each of the last 2 odd years, 2011 and 2013. Claire has owned the Jack Pine Conference for the last 7 years, and knew tonight's game against Harrison would be a fight to the bitter end. As you saw in the highlights, both teams had plenty of opportunities to score, but like all good rivalries, this game was decided in the final 8 seconds. Just when Tigers fans thought the bad news was over, the team announced it has released General Manager and Vice President of Baseball Operations Dave Dombrowski from his duties in Detroit as of 4:30 this afternoon. Fans are pretty excited about current and former NASCAR drivers here at the Merritt Speedway for the inaugural Merritt Summer Showdown. We've got names like Austin Dillon, Justin Allgaier, Ken Schrader, and Kenny Wallace at the track, but the biggest name tonight is Matt Kenseth. Yesterday morning, Lions players arrived at training camp. Today at 3:30, they hit the practice field for the first time to start preparing for their 2015 campaign. 2 local teams compete in state semifinals today. We already have 1 baseball squad in the finals tomorrow, defending state champ Mount Pleasant. But this afternoon, Rudyard is looking to continue its most successful season to date, with a school record 30 wins already under its belt. The Bulldogs also hoping this won't be Ron Van Slaughten's last game as he looks to retire at the end of the season. Pick this up in the 5th. Centerville leads 1-0 and scores again. Jalen Brown with a pop-up that drops in for an RBI and 2-0 lead. Coach Van Slaughten talking to his players before the 6th. And it works. 2 runners on. James Rosebrock hits up and over the second baseman, Cody Coffey, putting Rudyard on the board. Now down to the final out. Carlos Molina flies out to center field, ending Rudyard's season 2-1 and Ron Van Slaughten's 22-year career.
McGrattan, an Irish name?
It is, Jeff. Shannon is also a river in Ireland, but unfortunately, I don't bring the luck of the Irish like some leprechauns do. Something Mount Pleasant Sacred Heart was hoping to have tonight, with a share of first place up for grabs against mid-state conference opponent Vesterberg in town. Last time these 2 teams met, the Wolverines won by 2. Irish student section hoping its cheers can get things going, but out of the opening tip-off, visitors Keegan Scott drops the 3-ball like it ain't no thing. He's got some enthusiasm, and that continues with his teammate Jared Hilden. He's fired up. Vesterberg up 5. Sacred Heart gets on the board with a jumper by Ben Goner, 2 of his game-high 27. 2 minutes later, Goner again, this time from behind the arc for the 7-all tie. Colin Dove and his Wolverines, too much tonight. They win 53-48. Heading north to Petoskey, Big North pairing the Northmen and Trojan boys. In the first half, Petoskey using its short passes. Parker Monley hits the pair under the basket shortly after Evan Whitmore drives and pushes the ball to Jason Burr. Northmen add to their lead. Burr, it's not cold in here, which is why number 3 drops it like it's hot. Central starts to cut its deficit. James Brumfield gets Trace the hard way. His teammates show off their rebounding skills at the end of the quarter. However, it's Petoskey winning its 3rd straight, 63-53. From a young age, dozens of Northern Michigan kids have made the decision to participate in sports. Some have made it their passion, while others do it just to pass the time. Tonight, we're highlighting the stars that used to be in your living room during sports overtime to hear about what it's like to play sports at the college level in the athletic transformation.
If we sat down and wrote down a list of all the Northern Michigan athletes that are being successful and playing somewhere, it'd be quite an impressive list.
Andy Brockema would know the former McBain High School basketball star had his own college career and is now coaching Ferris State.
Our ball pressure is non-existent.
And once those athletes get to their respective schools, a new reality sinks in. Free time becomes a thing of the past. Former Cadillac star John Simons and Petoskey native Kirby Tam each find that teammates now turn into family.
The big thing in high school is that, you grow up with girls. A lot of them I knew since elementary school. But it's the same thing here. Everyone comes in with different backgrounds, and it's really cool to see how people mesh together.
In terms of our team, we're a close group. We love to hang out together, and so I think that's been good for us, and that's what's kind of led to some of our success on the court.
Accolades that can only be celebrated when these local standouts put student before athlete.
A big thing for me is coming in was that I was going to get a Michigan education and a degree here, and I really kind of put aside athletics when it came to academics. So it's kind of just a A new experience, getting used to playing basketball 6 out of 7 days of the week. It's almost like a full-time job, but it's fun.
With the St. Ignace alum choosing an in-state school, it allows her family and friends to attend more games. But for Morley Stanwood's Tyler Hunty, getting away from family was a big adjustment.
When I first came here, I had to kind of learn time management skills more than anything. I had to understand that, I'm my own boss now. I don't have my parents telling me what I need to do, where I need to go, or anything.
Former St. Francis star Joe Carriage made a big jump from playing football at a Division VII high school to playing in front of the biggest crowds in college at the University of Michigan.
It's a different speed of pace for academics as well as athletics, and you just gotta take it all in and just love the experience, and it'll eventually become a lot of fun.
Joe Carriage down inside the 10.
Which goes to show it doesn't matter how small of a school you attend. You can still make it to the biggest stage.
If you truly have a goal, you're going to have to work at it. You're going to have to work harder than your neighbor. If you want to be the best at something, you have to practice. I know there's kids dreaming the dream, so keep dreaming.
When the school year ended and summer began, Baldwin's athletic director, Sean Williams, looked ahead to a new football season, but his early optimism quickly dwindled when he experienced a new normal.
We started out with a JV coach and their own separate team, and just unfortunately with academics as far as eligibility and injuries, we couldn't afford to bring our freshmen and sophomore back down so they have their own teams.
According to MHSAA reports, it's part of a growing trend that's affecting schools all over Michigan. But it didn't start this year. Going back 6 seasons, over 46,000 students participated in their football programs. Jump to today, less than 12.6% of those athletes are looking to play on Friday night. When 9 in 10 surveyed 67 schools in northern Michigan, it found that 54 had a junior varsity team last season, and 5 of those say numbers have continued to decline, while 9 others explained their student body just isn't big enough to field 2 teams.
This is the first time ever Newberry's been in Class D. Traditionally, we've had 320, 330 kids, and all of a sudden we dropped down. We're at 211 this year. So I think declining enrollment has a big thing to do with it.
Along with the option to start young, something Baldwin views as a luxury for its competition.
We used to have a Rocket football program, and it stopped in 2010. So now our kids don't get a chance to play football until they're freshmen. So that's a lot of experience, a lot of playing time, a lot of fundamental teaching that they're missing.
Learning the game of football is one thing, and you get what you can Monday through Thursday as far as practice, but learning the game happens on game night. And those game time reps are huge. I mean, competing against other schools is far different than practice.
Especially when the students are all the same age, creating what some view as a safer gridiron for its athletes. However, it's not affecting everyone in northern Michigan. Gaylord St. Mary is proud to say it has its first junior varsity football team in 7 years after enough students came out on the first morning of two-a-days.
The talk now is exciting. I mean, we get a lot of kids that on the field that wouldn't have had the opportunity a year ago, and they're getting better by playing and by playing better competition.
A trend football coaches hope will continue in the upcoming years. Shannon McGrattan for Northern Michigan Sports Leader.